Yeah, so what we're doing today is we're going around to bars, and they all have bowls of free fentanyl test strips, and we're just refilling them, making them fully stocked for the weekend, making sure everybody can, if they're gonna make choices, that they're making them with some safety and some informed consent. All right, so we're just going to check and see what they have going on here. And all right, so they have their bowl of fentanyl test strips. They also have Dixie cups. And if you are going to use drugs here, you can test them. 12, 16. So we're just going to our handy dandy. $20 to $25, depending on the regular consistency of the venue. Yeah, this venue's been with us for a while. 25. So then we just leave this here. Because we're done with dead kids. We're done with accidental overdoses. Because even if, we really do like to encourage recreational drug users to engage with harm reduction, of course we are also serving people who are struggling with drug addiction. They cannot make it to rehab. They cannot make it to the next step in their sobriety if they die that night. That's why this is important.
Can I pour you a beer?
Sure.
Really? I overestimated the what it looks like and what it feels like. Yeah. Action shot. Ready. For us, like I want to keep our customers alive. We fought to stay alive through COVID, and I want them to be able to keep coming here, not die on a street or die at home because they've decided to try some new drugs, or are still taking the drugs they used to take before. The stats are pretty brutal. Fentanyl's shown up in everything, and it doesn't take a lot for it to take somebody out. So many people, like 25% of your capacity, right? That was 10 people in here, but if somebody's going to do a drug, they're going to do a drug, whether it's safe or not. That's the reality. And I think that being able to offer them a check to keep them alive, it's a kind of a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't you offer them that check to keep them alive, right?
I made it clear that door was I was like old school DJ. Too late, Jason. It's like you don't need to do that, right? House deputies that are like, most of them are like grossly obese. Like you're clearly not a beat cop. Yeah, I know. You want to hold on to this? Yeah. You want to keep it open or closed? You can keep it open for now. Yeah. Good.
Harm prevention, 100%. It's making sure that my regulars, my customers that choose to do recreational drugs can be more educated about if there is or isn't fentanyl in that. Because, it ends up being a very dangerous proposition taking cocaine or pressed pills or whatever the hell it is with fentanyl in it.
In Mexico, there's a thing called
if you actually care about your constituents, and if you actually look at the data that your health departments are throwing out there, and if you actually care, one iota, grow up.
Check out the other
Can I share a little bit of some numbers with you?
Yeah.
Take with you.
So, every test has pluses and minuses. For the test strips, they are cheap, they are super easy to use and read, and they give you a yes or a no that you can then, use. They are very sensitive, meaning that the comparison tests have shown that they are likely to show fentanyl if it's there. And I'm comfortable with that as a community test.
I just don't think it's a good policy to make it easier for people addicted to drugs to use drugs. I'm really not for needle exchange programs either. We had a legislation here a few years ago that did that, set up a needle exchange program, and I didn't vote for it either. Maybe some it might, but some I don't think it will stop them from using it. But maybe it'll make them not do it by themselves, or people that are addicted to drugs buying drugs off the street from somebody that they don't know what's in it. That's pretty risky behavior, and so I don't know, and if there's studies that show differently, maybe I would change, but I just didn't think that was a good policy.